Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 14th of March 1963. Game's on pause for a reason which I will talk about in a little while. But first, a report on the winter, and we had some fairly mixed results. On the positive side, we've now completed the television station here. You can see it's fully equipped, and that's now having a positive effect on happiness, culture, and loyalty. Now, one of the downsides of winter was we had a few problems here. So the population actually shrunk by a little bit, although we still had plenty of over 21s to backfill the residences, which was good. And the reason for that is that for some reason best known to the food distribution office, they decided not to deliver food to these two shopping malls, not the kindergarten, this shop over here. And luckily I did catch it in time, so what I had to do is to try and save the situation by buying two cupboard holes which are now got self-contained routes, and they're just parking here until the food is consumed. And so that actually saved the situation. But you can see here my loyalty dropped by a few average percent, and also my happiness has dropped by a percent. It was 82%, now it's 79%. And we did get a loss of population. If I show you the population situation, we go back, I think we will need to go back to about into December, I think. If I get back to here, and if I show you here, wait, we look at births, you can see the crash in births. If I go to deaths, you can see that there's a spike in deaths that roughly matches there, and also we had a kind of a problem with escapees. In fact, the escapees dropped down because the over 21s were getting apartments due to the death rate and the falling birth rate. So in some ways it kind of worked to a positive in the fact that I consumed some of my over 21s. I still got 400 of them. But it did get very shaky, and of course it did. I think the happiness is recovered in this is 81%. I think it was over here where we had, this is only 79%. This is 80, so the happiness has come back. But it did get a little bit, crucial, and luckily I did catch it in time. And the reason I caught it in time was the fact that trying to get my railway electrified has become a little bit of a nightmare because I got a little bit overconfident. So I thought what I'll do is I'll electrify and finish off this. Where is it? Where's the depot? Here. But what you'll see is that what happened is that this junction here became a bit of a problem because of the signalling. And what I kept on getting was two construction trains face to face. Every time I had to do a reset and send one back to the depot, that lost me time. So this getting all these little bits and pieces fully electrified and finished has been a little bit of a problem. And if I can get to the rail construction office, where if I can see it, I think it's there it is. And if we come up to here, what I've had to do is go back to 4 jobs, and I just want to make sure we got one job there, one job there. The problem is this, because the positions of these 2 jobs, there's still a good chance there will be a collision in that area. Now if I come over to our new area, what you see is one of my construction trains got away from me and shot off up here. And what I've actually done is planned in the drop-off point for clothes and electronics for this town here. But I'll come back to the update, because what I want to do is say a big thank you for all comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a comment in the sense of farming, and what the comment said is did I have enough trucks to service the fields? And that made me take a little bit more detailed look at the farming. So what I'm going to do now is just talk a little bit about how farming works with seasons engaged. Now we're obviously on the 14th of March now, and you can see that because of this farm here, we've got these advanced tractors. We're actually already, if I can find them, we've already done a lot of these. You can see the growing cycle is already started. And out of curiosity, I actually did some tests with respect to the actual cycles. Now, if I show you in this farm, what you'll see is that we've got a couple of these Fordsons E2Ns and one big one here. Now, these Fordsons have only got a ploughing speed of 18, where I think the ploughing speed for the K700s is about 43. So what we got over, just don't want to check that. Yeah, it's 40. So the setup I got here at the moment should ensure that all these fields get ploughed very, very quickly. In fact, you can see here that these are already being ploughed quite quickly. And this has actually got the faster one on. You can actually see the difference. I don't know if I can show it to you. Yeah, if I pull back from here, you see this has got the K700. This has got something in here I can't even see. This is the Fortin, which is 18. So what you've effectively got here is this is twice as fast as this. And this is a good example of how effective getting the best machinery for farming does work. Now, what I actually did do is I did a test with a Fortin, and the average time it takes to sow a medium field is 8 days. To sow this large field here takes 21 days. So there's a chance that this will do it in 10 days. In fact, if we just click that there and put them side by side, and we'll just speed the game up very quickly, you can see the difference in speed there. Now, of course, as many of you will be aware of, is that the actual farming cycle when seasons is engaged starts on the 4th of March. Now, what happens is that you sow all your fields and then you go into the growing season, which is already started here. Now, the growing season for medium and large fields is a constant, and it is around 130 days, which means that even if these fields here, this medium field, which is finished by the 15th of March, won't actually be ready for harvesting until I think it was middle to late July. My calculations are correct. So what that means is that none of these fields are going to be ready before the middle of late July. And in fact, if you spend a lot of time actually sowing these fields, some of these fields may not actually be ready to harvest until September. In fact, probably if we come up to here, where things are a little bit slower and the farm's a lot bigger, you can see, because we're on the 15th of March and some of these haven't finished. And I think this is the area where I've got the most problems. What's going to happen is that some of these fields won't be ready. But the problem was also the fact that once the harvest cycle comes round, it takes time to actually harvest. Now, for a harvest to be gathered, it takes about, I think, is it 18 days for? Yeah, I think it takes about 18 days to do a medium field and 51 days to do a large field. Now that's using these things, the People's Post-War Harvest Combine, which if I come over to here, you'll see that I've got a bit of a traffic jam here. We need to look at that. If I show you the harvester, where is it? Harvesting. Oh, we haven't got the People's Post-War one. Let me just look it up. It's actually got a harvest speed of 18, actually, I think it is. I think the CK4s are 22. I don't think I've got any CK24s in here. No, they're all the slower ones here. But you can see I've only got 6 combine harvesters in. So what that means is every harvester on a good year can harvest 1 medium field and 2 large fields. So that's the calculation that you want to consider. Now, if I actually come into here and we look at the fields, And see, at the moment here we've got 5 medium fields, and then we've got 18 large fields in this area here. So if you kind of divide that by in half, that means we need 9 combines to possibly get all these fields in. At the moment we've only got 6, but one thing I'm kind of considering, because we've only got 5 here, what I'm gonna do is we got this field here that actually hasn't started harvesting. So what I'm gonna do is delete this and then put in 3 medium fields here. This is part experiment, part hopefully getting the fix. In the 3 fields here. Of course, I need to connect these up with mud roads because make sure that this is connected. Maybe I can't remember if I got the auto detect on. Yeah, so the 3 medium fields have been picked up. So what that means is now we've got a setup which gives us, sorry, lost track, 5, 6, 7, 8 medium fields. So what we actually need in here to harvest all these crops is 8 combine harvesters. Now the actual question related to lorries, now when the fields are being harvested, if you've got a setup like this, the game will only allocate 1 covered hole to each harvester. So there's no point having more covered holes than harvesters in your actual farm. Now if I come back down over here, things can be a little bit more flexible, because if I come into, where am I? I show you here, what we've got here is we've got the farm, but I've got no covered holes in here. What I've got is covered holes here. When you put the covered holes actually into a separate distribution office, which I had to here because of course we didn't have enough space in here for all the vehicles. The distribution offices can be a little bit more flexible because what they tend to do is just go to the field as the crops build up, rather than actually being allocated specifically to a field. And that's got both positives and negatives, because if you use distribution offices you get a bit more flexibility with your picking up. The problem is that if you run into winter, any crops in the field that are waiting to be picked up disappear when you hit the 4th of December. So that is something you do need to consider. And actually I think I'm looking at most of the sowing here has actually been done. So I think we're good. I think this area is good. It's the other area that's going to have a bit of a problem. Anyway guys, I don't want to labour that out any more than necessary. Now the next thing I want to show you is that I got a little bit bored the other day, and well, it started out as an exercise in how can I keep my track layers busy, and it got a little bit out of control. And just to show you, what I did is I started extending this track. Then I thought, wow, where do I want the bridge? So I put a bridge across here over to here to connect up to this rail here. And if you watch the previous video, you'll be aware that I was thinking about whether I could actually single line some of this track. And then I thought, well, what can I do here? And if I kind of pull the map up here, I thought, well, we've got coal in there and we got iron ore down here. So it suddenly occurred to me that this could be a good place to put in some steel production, or possibly even vehicle production, because we can bring in the iron by train and the coal. So I kind of managed to get this line up here without actually having to do any leveling. And then of course one thing I forgot about was over here, to get to the coal we got this dip that I put in. I put these 2 big viaducts in across, and this is where the coal actually is. So that's going to be a little bit of a long-term project. And then I started looking over here, and I kind of started rerouting the, right, let's go back to about there. What I did was I started straightening out the rail track here to take it a little bit away from this town, and also so that we could get some farming in here. And then I came over here Then I started thinking about what I wanted to do in this area. So we obviously want the railway to go that way, so I put a junction here. We also need the railway to run up to High Valley, which is up in the top corner here. And then we needed a track that will go that way. So then I put in the connections to the R2 gravel pickup points. Also we got an open store here, for which would probably be prefabs and other stuff. And then it occurred to me that we're going to probably put ports here, so I put this connection in, but it's not final. And then I worked my way up through here and just come across to over here, and I connected in the actual the silo here and the kind of general cargo station here, because if we're producing food and alcohol here, we may want to ship this out across the map. And then I started going up here, and then I thought I'd better stop before things get a little bit out of control. In fact, you can see I was trying to get all the way up to the border, but in fact I think I did make it with a little bit of jiggery pokery. So we've now got connection to High Valley here and a connection there. Then of course we got this other connection here, which is the complement to the one further down, and of course that's going to head in the direction of the coal and iron up here, because the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking to have quite a big steel complex here. In fact, we could put the vehicle manufacturer in this area. So that is the what I did off camera. I did a lot more than I should have done, but it was one of these things that I started off doing it, and then it kind of got out of control. But what I'm going to do is just accept all that lot. So we've now got that running, and that is the current situation. I think up here things are going quite well. We're getting quite a lot of fuel in here. I've got this here where we're actually starting to export fuel. We've got some tankers here, so we've basically got our fuel exports under control. Oh, it looks like the queue here is what is actually, I think we might be just trying to export to. I think part of the problem is that we need the what we call it. I think part of the problem here is that we need to get our construction industry running, so that I don't have so many trucks running in there for gravel and other stuff. The game seems to be very resistant to building this road. I'm not sure why. Why isn't that fun for? I thought I'd done this job. Put that on high priority. Because what I'd like to do is extend the one-way system, but we need the crossroads and the roundabout here to get that done. Over here, we are slowly putting this area together, but I think I've rationed some of the jobs back a bit now. You come to here. We are building this infrastructure together, looking pretty good. We've got beginnings of that area there. We've got, what was that? Vehicle type. Oh, we got the EDK80 now, which let's go down. I was going to go south anyway, so I'm going to need to keep an eye on the railway. Let me just see. We got an EDK. Is that better than the track builder? So we got this is got a track building speed of 57 with an 80-kilometer top speed, but it's going to cost 1.6 million. This is the ones I really do need to get online, because this will. Well, it's actually slower than the EDK 300. But it's got a top speed. So eventually we're going to need to replace these things, because the distance is not, it's getting a bit too far. Right, while we're here, let's just check the track layer, because it's It's painful, and I do really would like to get everything done. Okay, we're down to one job. Where's that one job? Which is going up that way. I'm not sure I actually need these crossovers here now. Yes, I do. I need that crossover. Yeah, what's happened is that it's built the actual connection into there. So that's the second job there. And I just want to make sure that it has actually done the track up here. So that's built. That's built. Okay. So what I want to do now is we've got all these side branches and that have been electrified. What I need to do now is come. Where is the? Right. Let me just pick up electrification. Shift. Right. And then again, right, that's all done through there. Again. And this is where it's going to get messy. And then hopefully that will... Okay. And then just get this guy. That one needs to be done. And there's a little bit of track there. And what we should be able to do is start electrifying through here, but what we do need is a pile of money. So I'm going to have to try and avoid spending money, which is going to be a little bit tricky. The other thing I've also done in this area is I've started, in preparation for getting the railway lines, is because we've got a lot of money tied up there, I've started building this up because what I want to do is start exporting mechanical components and bricks to the border using trains. You can see we've got our port here now coming along, and this is what I want them to focus on. I mean, this is being built, this is being built, and if we can get this built, what it means is I can move some dumpers up to here. In fact, have we got any spare dumpers that I can move already? Any dumpers sat around doing nothing? Because we need to start moving our construction offices forward. Got here. Right, we got one there. We got one there that looks like it's got. You got in here. You got asphalt. Get rid of you. Okay. Get you there. There. Last chance to buy. Good old Novos steam trucks. I'm looking forward to using them again. I know this is a complete aside. I apologise for this. I'm currently working on a new map for an early start. I mean, it probably is got quite a few more weeks involved in it, and it will be an early start map. And I'm not going to talk too much about it, but because it's still very much in rough. But what I'm looking to do is put together a map. If any of you follow the channel, you'll be aware that I did my Four Corners series, which got blown up by a release. And what I'm doing is putting together a 1900 or 1908 start on a map for a map. So that's what I'm currently working on at the moment, off camera. And I'm hoping it's going to work, but that map won't appear for, well, we're probably going to get the water update out before that will appear. Anyway, we're going to get the trucks over here. We can get this built. Then I can hook I can buy a collier, which can then start bringing the asphalt here. Only thing is, got no power supply. Okay, power. Don't tell me I've neglected power in. So we got power there. We got no power supply in here. Bit of an oversight, isn't it? We got power there. Okay. Gonna need a power connection in here. If I can put the power zoom right out. And that's pretty good coverage, isn't it? And then what we're going to have to do, we're going to need a full-sized power line there. Okay, do I run power from here to there? Or do I take it from here? I think because I want to get this done ASAP, it's going to be a bit messy. But I think it will be worth it. That goes over that bit. Okay. And push this up. Okay. That's priority. Because it's at the bottom of the list and I want it built. There's absolutely no point having the port here. One of the problems we're going to have with the port here is fuel, but because the port is not that far away, in theory the collier should be quite happy to return back to there to fuel up. But there is a risk involved in this. There always is. This is why normally you'd want fuel in at both ends of the line. But we'll just have to see how it goes. This is nearly finished. It's finished. Gravel. We're going to pick up from there. But we need this finished. Okay, nearly there. What are you? Oh, yeah. Okay, we need another collier or a ship. I have to buy it with dollars. Cargo ship. Right, what we got here? I'm looking for. I don't want to. Oh, we only got 665,000. So, we got a collier here for 80,000. I think we'll buy you. You can come in. Get you into port. Right, this is now finished. No, not enough fuel for refueling. Yeah, that's okay. Let me just see what's going on here. We're getting oil in here from our single pump station. I'm building out this way and just see. I think what we got here. Need concrete. Resources at this destination. Okay, I think it's time to start working on our ore refinery. And well, that's going to take a little while, so we'll get this built. Get this built. What else have we got over here? Through on that built. We can get that in there. We get the power built into here. That will give us the access to the gravel. That should speed up the process. Right, while that's going on, let's just go up and see what's going on at the other end of the map. Just have a quick check now. We're on the 23rd of April, and all our fields are effectively being sown. So what I could do is be cheeky and see if we can get a bonus field in by saying adding you road connection. Oh no, you haven't got a road connection there, have you? Yeah, we're going to put another field on just for luck, and we're going to get our big what we call it out here. I think in case I forget, what did I say I needed? There's another 2 tractors, didn't I? Harvesters, sorry. I think we're going to get 2 more of those, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4, 5, 6, 7. And we get another one of those. It's going to cost me money, but where's that? Oh, ugh. This is the... Could be fun. Let's stop. That's all done. That's good. How many pages of... got 29 pages. We can get rid of that. Right, we're still going to wait for the puffer to come in. What's the happiness like here? Have a quick look. 74%, 72%. That's what's dragging down this area here. Have you guys got any problems? No. Unable to visit spirituality. I think what we will do is let some more of our pioneers in. Hopefully that will... You get to... You can't get to there. Okay, you can work to there. So we've got the staff to do it. So looking good. Right, let me just check our railway guys again. So how far are you? So they're pushing up through here. You... Oh, it's nearly finished, that's why. So they're up to here. One's coming up here through as well. I mean, ideally these should be ready to go. Let's see, that should finish. And then you should push through, straight through into here. Just a smidge short on the track. But anyway, you should be able to get all this connected, and hopefully it will all work. And then of course the big problem is going to be getting the trains into here. Let's just have a look at the prices. Of course, I don't think we can. I think you can buy no connection to the customs house. Have a look at the price of our trains. Right, we're gonna need electric locomotives. So it's going to cost us best part of $1 million for an actual electric train, and then we're going to need some cargo, not cargo wagons, and it's going to cost us. What I'll probably buy is I want to export bricks and mechanical components to start with, and then possibly add on coal and later on, because bricks and the what we call it, bricks and mechanical components would be worth more. How is our economy going? Well, we are making a reasonable profit now, but of course trains are very, very expensive. So what I'm gonna have to do is try and lay off the spending too much money, so we can let it actually build up a little bit. So I'm kind of going into kind of talking mode at the moment. You can see this guy at the moment, he says he can pick up bricks and mechanical components, but there are no mechanical components in here anymore. Actually, while this is all going, I just want to check up over here, because once we've laid in the electrical connections, the problem we're going to have is finding something for our crews to do. Right, we've actually put this connection in. That's good, because it means we can start building out and laying all the track into this area. Now, I do have an idea for what I want to build in this area. Actually, we could probably put the road system in here while I'm thinking about it. What I want is a village here so that we can do it. So I could put in a road down through there, like that, and then put a road through there. This is going to be our village center. I want to bring this road out a little bit there. What I'm thinking is to have, because this is going to be our train platform. In fact, what we could do is put you, no, actually cancel. What's the footpath situation here? Footpaths there. I think what we will do is we're actually going to take a little bit longer to build, but we'll put a road connection there. And this has already been detected, so that's good. And the idea is going to be is this is going to be our main road going north. So this is going to be the main road. So we want the village here. We're going to have hotels in this and leisure in this area for our tourists, because this is the reason for putting this in. And then what we got up here is the actual rail station to deliver the food and other requirements to the village. Also to the open store here. We got our small rail construction office here. I don't think from the point of view of the, what we call it, I mean, this will hold 12 tons of electro components, which is what the rail construction office needs. But what I was thinking up here was to have a small gravel production area, didn't I? Because we got this area here. I think I might do it. We got the balancing here. So let me just see if I can put this in. When we got this here, where does the conveyor come out from? Conveyor connection. It'll be a bit icky, isn't it? And what we'll have to do is, I don't want a massive aggregate store, so because we got that can be built out. So we can come that way with the aggregate processing. So I'm going to put you there. Whoops. Conveyor belts. conveyor belt next to there. About there. And now, as I said, I don't want a major gravel production here. This is just so that I don't have to haul gravel up here. So what we're looking at is something like a small gravel production. Where's my gravel production stuff here? Rock crusher, there we are. I'm looking for. So what I have is the rock crusher there, and then up here somewhere I had a, what we call it, you can come there. What we'll do is we'll just bring this out here, bring you down to there, and you can come through from there, and we can connect all this up. And then what we'll have is a distribution office, bring the quarried stone into here, put it into the rock crusher, and get it that way. Okay. Right, so that's that being done. So we've now got this done. You're going to up gravel there and deliver it to there. Oops, don't think I clicked on him. Now I know he's got very small capacity, but at the moment, if I can get even some gravel over to here, it will speed up the process of actually building things. Right, this is being built. I think, in case I forget, I want that built. And then what we'll do is we need to build this. Oops, that needs to be built. Nope. Get that built. What else we got here? Just check. Right, this road situation. You can't go that way because there's a footpath. You can come out there, connect to there, and you can come into there. So yep, that. Oh, I don't want that. Want that built, because what we can do is get some fuel into here. In fact, that might be the quickest one to build. Trouble is, we're going to have bitumen we're going to need to get rid of, so we may have to export the bitumen or find something to do with it all. So come into there. New vehicle type. What's this? Liebermeyer Hulk 120. That looks very much like a NATO, what we call it, capability. I'm not seeing it. Or maybe it's not. Oh, there it is there. The road crane. Nice. But I just give you a bit of an update with respect to the fields. You can see here we're on the 31st of May, and we're still only about 2/3 through here. So these fields are on track to finish probably in the first part of July. Let's just have a quick. Oh no, you're not. 19 workers without jobs. How's this going? This is going pretty well. Stockpiling up 70 there. What I've actually done is adjusted the distribution office here so that what we get in here. I think what we could probably do. No, if we we kind of just keep pushing this up, we can set the rail distribution office to pick up when this is more than 50% full with respect to that. How far are you now? I'm not sure why this is not being built. Here he comes. He took his time to get out here, didn't he? When the other one's up here, why is he taking so long to get out to here? And he's kind of gone past him. That I probably because one of the smaller trains is out here. Well, it doesn't make sense. But he's going to get there. Anyway, we will get there, guys. We will get there. See, these carry such small amounts of. Probably fine that we don't. We're draining all the electronics from here. So got a problem with the electronic supply, but there's not much I can do about that. I don't know who's actually delivering electronics here. Rail supplies. It's this one. Oops, thank you, game. Wonder whether we can get another covered hole in here, or I got a spare one laying around somewhere. Just see what we got here. No, we got all these are all kind of open hole type thingies. I think we might borrow one from here. See, that's full of. The quicker we get the electronics in there, the better, and we can make some money. Okay, let me just over to here. Yes, he's got fuel. So that means we've now got 80 tons of gravel into here, which has now woken up these guys. Right. And what they should do now is deliver the gravel to the unfinished roads. Wow, it's coming along very nicely. And that should speed up the process of getting in these roads and getting things done, which is going to be really good. Let me just go up to here. How are we doing over here? Right, we finished these, but they were effectively a free run. How we got built into here? What's going on here? Or it's built. I think the problem again is distance. I don't think we've got anything being built over here. We've got lots of workers without jobs, so I don't really want to expand the population here at the moment. The real problem we got is the amount of crops we're going to be consuming. Just to show you here, see, we're still on the 16th of June and that's still flowing. Curiosity. All the work is over here. I think the problem is, again, we've got to solve the problem of this queue. We're not going to get momentum until we've got this done. So that's the sticking point here. We need this built, this built. I think what we can do is if I get that built and that built, we can start bringing in the quarry still. I don't think I've got power up here either, have I? Again, let me just take a quick look. No, the nearest power there is there. So we're going to need to bring power into here. I doubt we're going to get the everything cover all everything here. So we're going to have to put. I think I'd like something. The power. That's going to come through from. Trying to think of the best place to put this. I'd like to have we put one in about there. How many power takeoffs have I got? Let me just see this. Where's the power distribution? Is that way. It's connecting to there. Don't want to come off of here. I'd rather come off of here. So I think what we're going to need to do is I think if I put in a one of these, say about here, and we can get you to there. We can take off some power from the back of the power station, which could a long way out though. Don't think I want to run a medium tension cable that far. So what we'll do is send you to there, and then I think we're got a on that. We'll put the main switch, put it there. That's yeah. I mean, it's coming up this side, so I kind of angle it a little bit like that, and then we don't need the full 18 megawatts here, but we want something that's, I think we can go 13. And then you can go to there. And then what that would mean is that when this is finished, we can start connecting this area here. So he can come through here, we can get power into here. And that will also allow us to have power in over to our ports. Anyway, guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.